Hi there, ChopperBC family. Hope you're all doing well this evening. I hopefully won't be alone tonight, but Van is having some technical and internet issues and has been coming in and out of chat and then like leaving, in and out of the camera angle and everything and leaving. So unfortunately, we'll just have to see. Let me lower myself a little bit. All right, there we go. And hopefully he'll be able to join us. It just moved me back up again. How rude. Okay, anyway, there, I'm back down. Hope you're all doing well this evening. I want to go ahead and say hi to some of our friends. Night Vision, who's been hanging out. Sewong, Raf, and Duran. Hello and good evening. Guys, we are over 2,900 subscribers, and at 3,000, we're going to do that NeoPixel Saber giveaway. So please make sure that you share the channel, tell people about it, and get them to subscribe just so that they can have a chance to win the Saber, because we all want that to happen. We all want someone to win. Did Van forget his login info? No, Sewong. He's been popping in and out. But he keeps freezing. He doesn't seem to be able to hear us, although we can hear him when he comes in. Hello, Wendy. How are you? So we can hear him when he comes in, but he's apparently having either technical internet issues. I'm not sure exactly. I think it's internet. It's hard because sometimes one day his internet seems fine, and the next it's a mess. But let me do the thing that Van likes, is the comments being up. So Night Vision said, so I was thinking, now that we have AI and self-driving vehicles, theoretically, we could all be driving Knight Rider cars. I don't want an AI or a self-driving vehicle. I almost think that's worse than human error driving, like just humans. The song could start playing when you start the engine. I bet it would cost a lot of armor to armor plate, though. Yeah, I'm sure that would cost a heavy amount. There is, my brain always forgets the name of it, but there is a very fancy, it starts with an R, car company that makes like armored vehicles and stuff, and it's absolutely, they're beautiful. They're like $150,000 cars. They're literally like an armor plated SUV and stuff, and they're absolutely beautiful. The nitrous was probably isn't cheap either. I'm pretty sure that is not cheap. 100%. Will the show be on time today? Sewong, no, it will not be on time today, as you saw. Who's here saw Fantastic Four? I saw Fantastic Four a week ago, and it was a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed it. I pretty much like anything Pedro Pascal is in. Juan Pedro Balmaceda Pascal. That is his name. I'm pretty sure. Duran, hello. We talked about you recently on the show that meeting you was one of our favorite moments of my entire time here on the show. So that was really, really cool. So yeah, that is so. Maybe Van should join in from a Starbucks or the library. You know, there's times where that's tempting to tell him to do that. But he'd have to also take his mic and his headphones and stuff like that. And could you imagine Van trying to lug that kind of stuff out when he's not technically literate when it comes to his computer and stuff like that? But that is that. But I wanted to make sure I said hello to all of you and a proper hi. So hello. Next, we got the nerdy news, guys. You guys know the nerdy news, right? We do it every week. Wow, that's very, very loud in my ears. So first thing on the nerdy news. Oh no, my nerdy news information did save, but I forgot to change. Okay, I didn't change anything. I forgot to change the title of one of them. First, Star Wars: A New Hope returns to theaters for the 50th anniversary. So big news, galaxy not so far away. In celebration of the 50th anniversary, Star Wars: A New Hope is heading back to theaters in 2027. Lucasfilm is planning a special theatrical release to honor the film that started it all and changed cinema forever. It's impossible to even imagine like the world today if Star Wars never happened. I mean, even what would we be doing here? You know, if Star Wars hadn't happened. So yeah, Van just sent a message and said nothing keeps working on his end, but he will keep trying. I'm going to suggest a PC restart. Let's see if that helps, right? And we'll see if that helps at all. All right, so next on your nerdy news, let me bring my reading back up, is Luke Skywalker's land speeder to be displayed at the Lucas Museum of Narrative Art. At San Diego Comic-Con, fans got an up-close look at the cinematic history with the screen-used land speeder from A New Hope, restored and proudly displayed by the upcoming Lucasfilm of Narrative Art. This rare exhibit gave fans a sneak peek at what the museum will offer when it opens in Los Angeles in 2025. Both of the articles for tonight's Nerdy News were written by Kristen Baver on StarWars.com. If you'd like to look at the articles for each of the Nerdy News, you can see them in the description, but I will go ahead and throw them into the chat for you. There you go. Both of them will pop up any moment. So that is your Nerdy News for this evening. I want you guys to tell me in the chat, what is something that, like, how do you, I know it's a really loaded question. If Star Wars didn't exist, how do you think that would affect things today? That's a very loaded question. You can think about it. You don't have to put it in the chat. You could just think about it. But that's a lot to think about, right? Because there's been so many jobs made, so many stories told, so many things that's happened because of Star Wars coming out, that if it didn't exist, gosh, it would be, but you know, if it hadn't existed, we also wouldn't know what we were missing, I guess, in that sense as well. But it'd be a very different world out there today if Star Wars never existed. That is, oh gosh, don't make me so large. That is that is your Nerdy News for today. All right. And also, if the land speeder, whenever the Lucasfilm Museum of Narrative Art comes out, LA is not terribly far from me, and sometimes I go to LA, and I'm hoping that like maybe I'll be able to go visit it once. That'd be really, really cool. Van's trying again. Sweet Van, bless his little heart. All right. Next, we have our Flow of the Show, guys. Our Flow of the Show is brought to us every week by James Kaiser. He brings us a flow, which is something either like glow sticking, saber spinning, fire dance, anything that is visually mesmerizing. We've had people with like a clear ball that has like really cool illusions to it. And tonight, I don't even know what the name of the art is. Shao is the name of the flow artist, and it's actually really trippy and interesting. He's got this really cool device that folds and opens up, and it looks really trippy. And he's got some really cool dancing and a really amazing, cool looking mask that goes with it. I will throw his link into the chat. You can see it in the description, but please enjoy Shao. And thank you, James Kaiser. All right. Oh my goodness. Hang on a second. Something on my computer accidentally started playing like right at that moment. All right. So Van was trying to sign in, but it looks like it's still not working. So I'm going to remove him again. He was like there, and then he freezes, and then he's there and he's not. His mic is muted. I don't even think he can hear me. So that is, I mistakenly forgot to change the end, but that is Shao. You can check out their information in the description or in the chat link that I threw in right here. You can see it right there. Shao object manipulations. So his flow is object manipulation. It's really interesting, really cool to see. Very much enjoyed it. I hope you like our new background as well, like the stars moving and our name up above in red and black, very Sith. I thought that was kind of fun and pretty cool. Unfortunately, Van seems to be having more issues than usually expected on an evening like tonight. And I want to go ahead and get started with our guest because I don't want to keep you all waiting forever. Because Van, get your stuff in order. All right. Well, our tonight's guest is someone who we've had on our show before. He was absolutely lovely man, and we've seen him at different conventions. He's a droid maker, really cool, awesome stuff. So please welcome Steve Mead. Hi there, Steve. How are you doing?
Hey there.
How are you? How are you doing?
Doing good. Having fun with life. How are you guys?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm unfortunately seems like I might be kind of solo tonight, but you know, things happen.
Yeah.
That's just is what it is. But we're all doing pretty well. We're always excited to hang out with a fellow Star Wars nerd and chat, you know, and chat about Star Wars, chat about the droids we make and things like that. But I want to first start with, you know, not everyone who's been here tonight watching has been here before when you've been on. So I want you to go ahead and start with how you got into droid building and everything that you're doing right now.
Okay. Well, it's this is my 8th year doing the droids.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I originally started with I was teaching Lego robotics at the library, and what was the best representation of bringing to the classes for the kids to see was a life-size R2-D2 and on how to same things that they were learning. And so that's how it started. And it, you know, it grew.
Yeah, and you see kids who've seen Star Wars and they see R2, they like their eyes light up. It's like when they see a lightsaber too. It's like, oh, R2, he's there, he's real. It's not just in the movie kind of feeling. So it's wonderful.
He can't be that big. He's too big. He's not life size. He's not that. Oh yeah, he's
big. They're big. There was a person in there originally, wasn't there?
Kenny Baker.
So, like, yeah. My brain couldn't remember his name, but I was like, all of a sudden it popped in my head. Like, it had to be big enough for a little person to fit inside. So was R2 the first droid you ever built?
He was the first droid I built. Yes. And
go ahead.
No, and there was actually been so far 3 renditions of the original R2 I built.
Okay. My question was going to be, is it the original or is it like new renditions of it? It's like R2 Mark II.
It's actually at a collector's house. He's got it. He bought it off me. He kept asking to buy it, and I told him it's not for sale. It's not for sale. So to shut him up, I actually threw out a really stupid number, and he said, "Okay, I'll be back with cash." And he did.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
You know, he's a great guy, and you know, the original R2, and he's actually gotten all my original builds, like my pit droids and stuff like that. He's actually acquired all my originals. So
that's a lot of fun. That is really neat. Excuse me. That's hilarious that he like all the like just $10,000. I'd be like, okay, you know, like that kind of a thing. That's hilarious. Don't have to say the certain amount. Don't say the amount or anything.
No, in that ballpark, yes. But you know, I was like, you know, because the guy's got money, and you know, I didn't know it. You know, and to meet the guy, you'd never know he's got money. But he's like, hey, how much you want for it? You know, and then my friend Charlie, a vendor who helped me get into the different Comic-Cons and to meet the promoters, he's all, just give him a stupid number to shut him up and go away. And so I did, and he goes, okay, I'll be back. And he did. And I was like,
so funny. That is fantastic, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of indicating, too, as a droid builder, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, of course, I'm a droid builder, and it's Star Wars related. I know you're obviously a Star Wars fan. Were you always a Star Wars fan growing up?
Yes, I was. I saw Star Wars, and then I saw Empire Strikes Back, and then I got bunch of the toys growing up, and now I'm an old man collecting all the toys I had back when I was a kid.
Because now we got grown-up money, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
And
that's like this is totally not Star Wars related, but as a kid, as a teenager, I was like an NSYNC and Backstreet Boys fan. And now that generation that I was in is all grown up with adult money and they're going around touring again. They're like, oh, we have adult money now, we can go. I won't do those concerts, though. I actually did try to go to Backstreet Boys once, but power went out during the concert and that ended up a big mess. All right, back on track. So on your building process, what kind of materials do you use? Do you have like 3D printer? Do you just use metal that you weld? You know exactly how it works.
the original R2 that was built by me, my original R2, he was all wood. His legs, his greeblies, everything was made out of wood. So he took a long time and he was very heavy. And so when I started making my second droid, he was made out of wood and some metal. And then I started getting into the 3D printing. Oh my gosh, I set so many of those things on fire learning how to 3D print. And to lighten the weight. I mean, to get the weight off R2. And that was how I got into 3D printing. Now, like the chopper that I make, he's all 3D printed. The pit droids that we make, they're all 3D printed. And so, yeah, except for the R2, when I rebuild my next R2, he's going to be wood and metal again. And so I think he'll stay as wood and metal.
Night Vince said a Clash of the Titans owl would be a sweet android or K9 from Doctor Who.
Yes.
Those would be pretty cool. And Nerdy Matt here has an interesting question. Said, I want to build a chopper droid, but I don't know where to start because of my autism. I have a hard time learning from tutorials. I need hands-on learning and help. Do you have any suggestions?
The best thing to do is to go to the national. I'm not sure what part of the area he's from. The best thing to do would be to get onto astromech.net. That's the worldwide R2 builders. And you can get in touch with people that are local to your area. And so if you're a hands-on learner, that's the best way to go, is go to the astromech.net.
Okay, I threw it into the chat so people can check that out. Not just Nerdy Met, but other people as well. You can check out astromech.net. It looks pretty cool from the glance that I got to have real quick from there. That's really neat. All right, so how long does it take to complete a droid from concept and how to build it to when it's finished?
Well, a lot of the droids that we're building now, there's been already a ton of people behind the scenes putting the 3D files together, the animation files, and so to 3D print a chopper and to paint and weather and build it, it's about 6 months now. It's down to, a short time. My first R2 took almost 2 years to build. My second R2 took about a year.
Is it because of doing it over and over, you found like faster ways to do things with it?
Yes, and with the woodworking, I made templates after my first one, so I'm able to zip off templates. And then, like with the choppers, the 3D files are there. I mean, one of the best files and creators out there is a guy named Badley Prince, and he's got the 3D files for R2s. He's got the 3D files for choppers and other droids, and
When we say 3D files, do you mean like the printer or just like how the bot looks in 3D?
No, actually, it's the file that you put into your program to slice it, and then to put it into your 3D printer to print out the parts.
Okay, gotcha. And then like each part it's printing out is a slice that's putting together into a whole 3D thing. Okay, that makes sense. I like that. That's really cool. What do you think what's the most difficult, the hardware in building or the programming of it?
Oh. Well,
it's hard to choose between.
Well, what I myself am more hard on is the appearance of it.
Okay, the art part of it, the design.
I want it to look as realistic as possible, and to be weathered, to be worn, and the programming part of it. There's such a community out there that's friendly and happy to be around. is they like to help, with your programming of it. They like to help, get everything going with you.
Yeah, that's great. And it's in a way, you're not just a droid builder, you're an artist too. And making sure it looks the way you want it. Oh my goodness. Van's about to join, and he's changed his name to Arc the Late. I'll make sure we'll pop him in a second. So when you design the builds, do you design them from scratch, or do you follow existing schematics that you had, or just kind of modify along the way to what you want to change it to?
Well, no, like with the astromech.net, there's actual blueprints from Lucasfilm that they have to be built off of.
Okay.
And then like with the
specific requirements they have to have.
Yeah. To be in the groups, you have to follow it's like the 501st. You have to follow the designs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
To be, the way they should.
That's it. My first experience ever seeing an R2 in person. Here locally is a group called the Solano Symphony. And I have a family member that was on their board. And every year, it was on a board of a place that would get tickets to the Solano Symphony every year. And she asked me to go with her, so I went with her. And I had no idea what was happening. I didn't even look at the program. I just love music, and so I was just kind of sitting there enjoying it. And all of a sudden, R2 rolls out on the stage, and they play a Star Wars medley. And I got to hear Star Wars music live from a symphony. And I just got I not expected it, but I got emotional during the symphony because I was like you just it's elating to like hear the music live from a symphony. Not even like George Lucas there or anything, but it was the beautiful professional musicians playing these instruments and hearing it. It was absolutely amazing. So Van, are you ready down there? 1 second. Okay, So did you volunteer in libraries before?
Yes, I'm born and raised Santa Cruz, and so I did many years of volunteering at the Santa Cruz libraries.
And what were you doing at the library specifically?
I was teaching Lego robotics. I taught 2 classes. One of them was, we called it Robo Sumo, where the kids learned how to build, program, and compete with Lego robotics. And then the other one was a creative build Lego program, to where they built trebuchets, they built catapults, they built all kinds of stuff. And they would like with the trebuchets and the catapults, they'd have to shoot for accuracy.
Is it like teaching how to make a robot out of Lego, or is it just general like learning control and moving parts and having mechanisms like that?
No, it's out of Legos. They built the robots out of the Lego parts. There's Lego with the Lego program that I use, and they had servos, they had motors, they had sensors, they had actuators. So cool.
My family and I watch Lego Masters every season.
Yeah,
I can tell. Oh, you're not a big fan of it. I can tell your face before I finish my sentence.
Yeah, because they smash their stuff at the end, and that's not.
I'm not a big fan of the smashing. They've made some beautiful things that like broke my heart when they smashed them.
I've got Lego creations that I built that are, I think it's 8 years, 7 years, 8 years, or 9 years old now. That I couldn't destroy them. I mean, I've got them up on a shelf right now.
Yeah, there's this one creation from this most recent season that the winners made that I was so devastated. The guy like pretended to trip and break. They had this challenge where they had to make a life scale model of something in a room, and then other 4 more masters, like previous winners, came and had to kind of guess what was Lego. And they're the only one that didn't get guessed because it looked so realistic, and it was a full-size electronic keyboard that they made. And it was absolutely beautiful. And I was so bummed that they smashed it. So it is what it is. Van, are you ready, sir? Let's pop him on to see. Hello.
Oh, hello there. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear us?
Yay. I finally figured out my work. I'm so embarrassed, guys. I was having problems with my computer and my my backup, my phone. So I finally figured the phone part out.
Okay, well, I will bow out and you can continue. We went over some basics of how Mr. Mead got started and a little bit into mechanics of building, but I will let you continue.
But hey, before you go, Marissa, I'll ask both of you guys since you were talking about Legos. Did you guys see the Lego build for the San Diego Comic-Con this year? That's like one of the things that's getting a ton of attention. If you look up this year's San Diego Comic-Con, besides the fact that George Lucas was there, he had over 6,000 people in attendance, and he didn't even talk about Star Wars. But besides that, the other thing that everybody's talking about is a diorama that they built, a Lego build of the San Diego Comic-Con. But there are thousands of little characters in cosplay all over. Yeah, if nothing else, you got to look up the video of that. Isn't it amazing? I can't even imagine how many months it took to build that.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Yeah, they got the pod race and everything in there.
That's pretty cool.
Absolutely amazing. And then they show like insides, like they show the outside of it, but then they show inside where it shows all the booths and all the people going there, like, you know, doing their little convention. So it is amazing. And look at those. Those
are Lego. Those are full size. Those are huge.
Yeah. The Ariana Grande is absolutely amazing. If you see close up.
Here's the booths and stuff that you mentioned.
Yeah, inside. So that's the other side of that. That the front of that convention. So
that's pretty epic.
My props to you Lego builders out there.
All right. Well, have fun, Van.
Thank you. I apologize. Thank you, Matt. As always, brother man, how are you doing?
Hey, good. And yourself, sir?
It is good to see you. I usually see you at least once or twice a month, somewhere out in the field.
Yep.
You're like Visa. You're everywhere I want to be.
Yeah, well, I tell everybody it's American. Where the droids are like American Express. They get us in everywhere.
And it's only growing too. It is absolutely amazing. Not only is your group growing, but your the demonstrations. I love the droidica that you guys have.
Yeah, that was built by Chris. He's a phenomenal builder. He's our, I call him our second command in the group. But droidica is his build. That's his baby.
That is absolutely amazing. Is there any one droid that everybody always freaks out over? Who's the favorite when people come to the booth?
A lot of people love the Chris has a pit droid that he's got painted up like a minion.
Yeah.
And he's got the overalls and everything.
Does he move?
No, that one doesn't move. But when he's noticed that he gets a lot of attention.
Nice. How many droids do you guys travel with now?
Oh my gosh. On a small setup, we can't do anything under a 10 by 20 now.
Oh wow.
Like at SAC Anime we have coming up, we have a it's like a 30 by 40.
Oh wow.
And then GalaxyCon that's coming up in 2 weeks, 3 weeks now.
Yeah, we will be there.
You'll be there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a 30 by 40 there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and then VerseCon, which is this weekend coming up, this next weekend in Roseville. Yeah, Roseville. We have it's kind of a weird setup, a 10 by 40.
Man, a 10 by 40. That's gonna be a long way out. What is the biggest setup you've ever had to do?
I'm sorry?
What's the biggest setup you've had to do?
Oh, this last one that we just went to, it was down in Modesto or Fresno, and it was Haunchmere Expo. And this is square footage wise, we could not even come close to filling it up. I mean, it was it was a 30 by 50.
Yeah.
And
Wow,
so,
that's
yeah,
huge.
yeah. And so those are the fun ones. And we for a while we were doing like little prop areas where we'd set up droids in like little different scenes. Like one pit droid would be going like through the toolbox and stuff and getting out tools. One would be doing something else, you know. And we kind of got away from the expansion of the booths, but we've talked and we're going to get back into making it more interacting, more fun, not just show.
Okay. And yeah, I was going to ask because it seems like, of course, I've known you for a few years now. So I've gotten to see the evolution of how this has changed from, just one little table with the pit droid sitting on it, and, an R2 unit, all the way to, 4 and 5 tables. And now you've got netting and backdrops and all kinds of scenes. And, I remember when it just used to be you and Alan Fernandez hanging out together with the droid, and now you've got an entire crew of people, and that seems to have happened relatively quickly.
Well, gosh, it was 3 of us sat down a little over a year and a half ago now. We sat down after a show, I think it was a San Francisco show, and it was me, Jules Losario, and one other person we can't retain. We said, hey, why don't we, start a group? Let's hang out and make a place that's fun to have and hang out as a group.
Right.
So we started. The original name of the group was Artoosc and the D Squad.
Right.
And that's a tongue twister. And so when one of the partners left that started the group with us, when he left, we made a decision to rebrand. And so now you'll see that we're running under the name of the D Squad.
Right.
And that's our official name. Well, you're in our group.
Right.
The official name of the group is the D Squad. And so it's Artoosc under, the D Squad. And then Chris is his brand is North Cal Choppers. That's what he was calling himself before he joined the group.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of throw all 3 banners out there on the table to kind of, give homage to all 3 of us.
No, I think that's absolutely fantastic. I think there's room for everybody, and especially when you come together, because I am very fortunate that I think a lot of times because we sell combat sabers, our table is often thrown right next to your group or very close to your group, so I get to see all the the fan reactions to your tables and such, and especially seeing the little kids that think that these droids are real. It's absolutely amazing, absolutely fun. Do you guys are you guys physically a nonprofit group now? Legally a nonprofit group?
We are working with is UC Davis Children's Hospital.
Yeah.
So that is a 100% volunteer base. So there's no money going to executives, no money going to that. So all the money that comes in through our charity with the UC Davis Children's Hospital is given to we give the certified check to the hospital.
Right.
Since it's not allocated money for the hospital, they can't use it for operational costs. It has to go directly to the children to buy kids and do events for the kids and stuff. So over the short time that we've been raising money for them, we've already raised over a couple $1,000s for the UC Davis Children's Hospital. We sold shirts.
Yeah, and I've seen people buying them too.
We have actually our first batch of shirts. We have 1 shirt left. And we're already on production of our second shirt. It's going to be a play on the entire group this time. The first shirt was just the droids. It was Chris's Chopper, my R2D2, and our group is more of the Misfits group, the D Squad.
Right.
That we have Mandalorians, we have stormtroopers, we have Twi'leks, we have Night Sisters, we have the Frog Lady is in our group.
Yeah, no, and that's something that I want to make as a distinction that I think is very cool about your group compared to especially other droid groups that I've seen is that you guys aren't just the droids, but you're also a cosplay group because I see a lot of people in other cosplay that have nothing to do with droids that are a part of your group, and everybody is just so much fun to be around. It's such a good group.
Yeah, that was part of the forming of the group. Was it was not going to be just a droids or a cosplay. It was going to encompass the whole community and make it this place for people that want to go and hang out and have fun and just have a good time and not be as rigid as some of the groups have to be. Is they have their schedules of people that work the tables. They have schedules of people who's in costume, certain times of the day.
Right.
Ours is you come, you do what you can, how you can, and you have fun. We have one member of our group. Her mom is a den mother for the Girl Scouts, so we call her our crack dealer because she brings us Girl Scout cookies.
Hey, in service to the empire any way you can.
It's things like that. I mean, that make the group fun.
Mm-hmm. And what is there any incentive? Like, I mean, do you guys even get gas money or like? I can't imagine that this is a cheap hobby, especially since you've got to replace things on the droids and things have got to, go bad. It seems like there's a lot of expense.
Well, that's where when we get asked to be at a show, the promoters will provide the booth space. If it's more than an hour away from Chris or my house, we ask for a hotel room, which we get. And most other groups, we don't know. We've never heard of another group getting hotel rooms for events. But we don't make money. We're all volunteers. I mean, all my droids are out of my pocket. All Chris's droids are out of his pockets. All the cosplay costumes that the people in our group that's from their own pockets. So, like I said, the money that we get through the tips or people making the donations, that literally all goes to the UC Davis Children's Hospital. I mean,
wow.
Yeah,
that is absolutely amazing because I know these. I mean, I don't know if it was you or Chris, but somebody was telling me literally every single show there is something that needs to be replaced or reworked or redone, and it's nobody's fault. It's just the nature of the game.
Some incidentals, we call them. We understand that. Like my chopper, he's decided to catch fire twice. You know how Chopper is, the dramatic.
That's quite a temperament.
Exactly. And then like with the excitement of kids or adults, sometimes they'll get too close or too aggressive and something will break. We understand those, but the ones that we don't understand and we don't is the malicious ones. And so those are out there. And so but yeah, every show we're usually we have a repair schedule. I mean, some of the stuff is as goofy as like our backdrop. We cross-threaded one of the bolts to hold the backdrop together. So I'm next week before the next show, I'm picking up a whole new set of bolts for the backdrop.
Oh, wow. Just those little tiny things you always constantly have to think about.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it primarily like you as the kind of the group coordinator that is thinking about those things, or are there kind of different jobs like repairs go out to this guy and
No,
are there designations?
We're all responsible for our own things. So like everything that I bring, I'm responsible for. Everything that Chris brings, he's responsible for. Like the cosplayers, they have their we have a gentleman, he's one of our admin, Philip. He does Mandalorian outfit. And I mean, he's a trooper. I mean, you see some of the 501st people in their, and I'm not bagging on the 501st, but they're 2-3 hours max in their kits that they call them. So, and a couple of the guys in our group, they'll be in 8 hours in their kits. And then
that's dedication.
Yeah. And but like edge of the armor will chip, or Velcro will come off because of the heat or the excessive sweat.
Right.
And weird stuff like that.
Right. Have you gotten to do any well, let's just say, is there an event that you could say, if you were to look back and say, this was the one I was most proud of? When we were looking up, when we had Chris Bartlett come out to our store, one of the things I was interested to find out was that he was in the C-3PO costume when he went to meet President Obama at the White House. Have you gotten to do anything very prestigious or cool with your little mech there?
Well, your partner was talking about this earlier. Like my R2, he led the Santa Cruz Symphony harmonica one year.
Wow.
We've led several times. We've led different, county parades. We've been, oh my gosh, it stands out. R2 and the droids have done so much. It's kind of hard to pick. We got invited to the San Diego Comic-Con not last year, but the year before that. We've done LA Comic-Con. We're invited to WonderCon. And then
you go okay, so I can see like LA and even San Diego. Those are California ones. Okay, I know it's not necessarily the ideal things, but you can easily get in the car and do that. But things like WonderCon, have you guys traveled across country to do shows?
No, not yet. We've been invited to Lake Tahoe Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
We've been invited to Level Up Comic-Con. We've been invited to
but see, those are all ones that I know you can easily get to in a pickup truck or a U-Haul van, right? I know the area, but if you were invited to WonderCon, what I'm wondering is, what would you do? Would you rent a U-Haul and make that a week drive, or would you figure out some way to transport these things and have them transported there? Or what would you do if you had to go across country with all your setup?
Fortunately, Chris has a huge truck and a trailer.
Oh.
So we would pack his trailer to the guild and his truck. Because like when we did LA Comic-Con, we both commuted in his truck. So we loaded his truck and drove it down there.
Wow.
Yeah, we're fortunate enough to have, Chris have a large truck and a trailer that would be able to transport anywhere in the United States.
And that's for a nice big setup. You could do a big setup with this truck.
Oh yes, with the trailer. Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it barely gets filled. I would say 3/4 with the largest setups we do now.
Wow.
And that's not including my stuff. So if we throw my stuff on there, it probably almost fill, maybe the trailer. But yeah, there's still tons of room.
Wow. When you first started off doing this, Steve, when it was more just kind of like you doing it independently and by yourself, is what you're doing now what you dreamed of back then? Is this the type of thing you wanted to be doing? Or did you have other visions of where this would go?
Well, it actually got started was I built my R2. I had met Charlie Soto at what was the name of that show? It was one in Santa Cruz. It was a bomb. We literally just sat down talking to each other. It was something Santa Cruz Expo or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I met Charlie there. He's a vendor, and then he said, "Hey, do you want to go around to, do some shows?" Which were, the Ohanas at the time. And I said, "Sure," So we exchanged numbers, and then, so I started driving my R2D2 around at the Ohana shows, which are, little mom and pop, shows at, like at VFWs and stuff. And then we got invited by Charlie to go to SAC, Lodi, and Stockton Con one year, just to drive around R2 out of his booth. And we met, his name is Mike. He's one of the owners of Lodi and Stockton Con.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Hey, I like the way you interact with the guests at our thing. We've seen you come around a couple times. Do you want a booth?" I told him, I don't have the funds for a booth and don't know, what you're actually talking about. And he goes, "Space to set up, display stuff, and interact with the people," and that's how it started.
Wow.
And then, it grew from me walking around, being a third wheel with a vendor, to having, I'm now getting him spaces at different shows.
Right. It grew from one bot to many.
Yeah, it literally started off as just R2D2 and me walking around for 8 hours a day,
Right.
Because we had nowhere to park, and so it was, but yeah, and then after Mike, said, "Hey, you want a booth?" And other promoters started, because the promoters come and hang out at each other's shows and promote each other. And the other promoters started seeing our setups and, "Hey, bring it to our show," and then, "Hey, bring it to our show." And
right.
We just got back from the Hauntmare Expo. It's a horror film / Halloween, Comic-Con. It's like droids. It's like, why not? Come on. It's like, okay, we're coming.
Murder droids.
So we brought choppers. They're war criminals. Come on.
Chopper is a psychopath.
Yeah. And so Chris actually built for that show a God, what was his name? The clown. What's his name? With the red balloon.
Pennywise?
Penny. Yeah, Pennywise. He built a Pennywise driving around a little Volkswagen Beetle. The promoter ended up using the picture of that as to promote the show for one of the weekends.
That's hilarious. Is there any bots? Oh, my absolute favorite is I don't know who brought in the K2SO.
Yes, that's gonna be Chris's.
That's got to be another crowd favorite as well.
Yeah, K2 and Wayun, the lightsaber builder, are the two favorites.
Oh man, and I think because they're the more unique ones. You see, of course, every droid builder club has R2 units and choppers and things, but it's those unusual droids that people are into.
Those are the ones that are. They're like, let's say Chris's Droidica.
Yeah,
he literally lives in 3 crates in his garage.
Wow.
The only time it comes out of those crates is when it's set up. Because it's huge. It's huge.
And doesn't somebody have, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't somebody have a backpack that's like a C3PO unit?
There's actually a group. It's a group now. They've formed a group. And there's all kinds of different. They have backpacks that they have, like when Chewbacca was at the Carbonite.
Oh yeah.
It was in the backpack. There's all different kinds of variations of different C3POs. And they go around walking around at Comic-Cons, and they're actually really cool now.
Right. I love how creative people are getting with the droids.
Yeah. Well, you think about it. The little pit droids that we have, when they first started coming out with the 3D files and everything, is they were static, couldn't move them. But the servos and the designing is getting so creative that the heads are moving now, the arms are moving now.
Right.
So, I mean, it's getting to the point where the more people play with things, the more AI gets involved, the more interactive this stuff is getting.
Yeah, some of these costumes you see are absolutely it's mind blowing. You even wonder how they thought to do it.
Yes, yes.
Is there anything that you on that note? Is there anything that you kind of have as a dream build?
My dream build. Um, I would like to build a life size um, band for Java's band.
Oh snaps, the band.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I've been challenged to build that by.
And then you could just have David Gonzalez come out and be the real drummer. Yeah.
Collins was on the sail barge. He wasn't in the balance.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's true. That's true.
Right, yeah, Ak Rev, good old David Gonzalez.
That's right.
And
Wow.
So,
The band would be a challenge.
yeah, the benefit of that challenge is that one of the founders of San Diego Comic-Con said if we build one, that we will have a spot at San Diego for whenever we want.
Wow. And I can imagine with the Star Wars Celebration coming up in LA in 2 years, if you build something like that, I'm sure that's an easy in.
Yeah, well, we've already got tickets. We've already been told we're okay to come. We have 2 badges
for Celebration.
Yeah. So
wow.
I've already told Chris that he gets one and I'm taking one. But yeah, Celebration LA.
Wow, that is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I was at the last Celebration. I don't think I knew Chris back then.
Mm.
Yeah, I was at the last Celebration here.
I have never been to a Celebration, neither as a vendor or as a pedestrian.
I was at the last one. I was a pedestrian, and I was happy to be that because I had friends that were in the R2 Builders group that was there officially.
Yeah.
And one of them actually made it to the floor because they were stuck working the booths.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And it was just there as we were in the newspaper when we were down there because we were hanging out in front of the building with, I forget the guy's name, but he dresses as a Darth Vader, but a gold Darth Vader.
Yeah. That's Chris Cannoli.
Yeah.
Darth. I don't know. God, he's like a mix between C-3PO and Darth Vader. His body is C-3PO, but his helmet is Darth Vader. We've had him on our show. I can't believe it.
And he said, "Hey, do you want to, hang out and take pictures together?" And I told him, "Sure, why not?" And he actually got a picture with the actor who did C-3PO. Got me a picture with, yeah, and he got me a picture with a couple other people, and it's like, heck yeah! So we had a
Yeah, he's a super cool guy. He was on our show earlier this year.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and then as well as Chris has been. We just saw Chris at MetalArtCon this last weekend in Oregon, and he was our guest that we had when we had the convention at Kyber Cave last year. We had David Gonzalez and Chris Bartlett in our store.
Yeah, we were there.
Yeah. So that was when Chris was out there the first time.
Yep, that was the 3rd time I met him.
Yeah, it is absolutely amazing. So, do you anticipate that you will be trying to do? Because none of this, I mean, you don't make any money from this, and I'm sure it takes from your personal lives. I don't know if you and Chris have regular 9-to-5s that you have to work around these schedules.
I'm retired, and Chris is a retired Air Force, but he does tours in caves. He walks caves, gives people tours in caves.
Oh wow!
And so, but no, I'm myself. I'm retired.
Okay. So you can work this around your schedule whenever you like.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I guess if nothing else, it's got to be fantastic exercise. All of the walking you do at the shows.
Well, we actually met Chris when we were in San Diego Comic Con together. Chris, he has a pedometer on his watch. We were averaging 8 miles a day at San Diego Comic Con.
Wow.
And that's what, 5 days of 8 miles a day. But yeah, yep, we put on quite a few miles of each show.
That is absolutely amazing.
Yeah. And then we found out there's a second building. We hadn't even gone to the second building yet.
Are there shows that you're hoping to get invited to?
Yeah, we want to go to well, we have an invite to WonderCon. We want next year we're looking to put together a large room for the San Diego Comic-Con. And so we're working with them right now to put together a room like you see at Celebration where you walk in.
Yeah.
All the droids. We're working. Yeah. So we this year, but we got connected way too late to make it happen because we want to actually get the LA groups involved. We want to get the Bay Area droids involved.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, up here in the Bay Area, Chris and I are actually trying to bring the other droid builder groups, in, and all working together to make a bigger experience for everybody.
That's a super cool idea.
Yeah.
And man, I can almost envision a walkthrough, almost like a horror house without the horror. You know what I mean? But a walkthrough of different rooms and like experiences, and like you can even have like heat lamps in one room and have that be Tatooine, and have the droid room and have that be like the Jawas stand crawler, just full of droids and such.
Yes. At GalaxyCon, there's gonna be all 3 groups are gonna be there. Us, SAC droid builders and Bay Area droid builders. And I've been reaching out to the other groups to hey, let's collaborate together. Let's, work together and build a huge experience for, the patrons.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. And so
wow. Yeah, I can envision almost like a hallway or like a tunnel, you know what I mean, where you can see the droids on both sides and just have like soundtracks with little droid noises and all kinds of things, little flashing lights and such. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
Well, one of the things that Chris and I found at Hauntsmare Expo was with the size of the area we had, is we had one entrance and one exit into the booth area. And we weren't getting very much foot traffic, and Chris and I are coming in, but they're looking from outside. So we kind of moved Droidica over because it was like the freaking huge area. And
right.
So we get to the middle of the front of the booth to where there was an entrance and an exit on each side.
Right.
Droidica, and people were fun. So we're learning flow. I mean,
yeah.
Of us in our group, I mean, even Cindy or Jules or Philip or any of the other admins or even members, we don't know how to set up huge booths. We're doing this we're learning as we go.
Right.
So that's one of the beauties of the group is, if you have a suggestion, we're all for it. We're gonna, jump at it and, accept it. We're not gonna, oh no, you're not. You're just you're just a Mandalorian. Go away, you.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that is exciting. I'm excited about all the stuff that you guys have coming up. Is there anything that you guys have coming up that's new or different that you can reveal to us that people can be looking out for?
We're actually really proud of our second shirt that we have coming out. Because the first one we have an R2 and a chopper on each side of the front, and so I don't know if you can see it very well, but come back here. Hey, So there's Chopper on one side and R2 on the other side.
Yeah.
But in the new shirt.
Oh. Oh. Did we lose you?
Now you
That's
know
how
how it feels.
That's how fantastic the shirt was. It just blew out the mic.
Oh, he's coming back in a different way. There you go.
There's always a way back in.
Hey, I've done this a ton of times. But the new shirt is going to have, of course, the droids on the back,
Mm-hmm.
and on the front, our group, part of the money from our group that we've been raising, is members of the group that have been outstanding in the group, that have been doing a lot with the group.
Mm-hmm.
We've had badges made up for them.
Oh,
the
nice.
Designs, and so we send off, the thought to the guy in Europe or Spain, I think it is, and $80 we get a design back from him. And so we have on the front of the new shirt, we're going to have all the new badges that we've been having created on the front of it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So it incorporates, not just the droids, but everybody.
You can make them a little collector cards for people too.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. I'm excited to see all these changes that you have. Like I said, I have known you since the beginning when it was just you and your R2 walking around.
Yeah.
And I'm amazed to see how quickly you've grown. I absolutely love it. You absolutely deserve all the accolades, because I know
it's the people in the group. I mean, the group wouldn't be anywhere where it's at without the amazing people in the group. I mean, without Chris, without Jules, without Kai, without Philip, without I keep forgetting his wife's name. She's gonna kill me. What's her name? And then without her, Cindy Everest and Linda, and oh my God, without any of them,
right?
Group, I mean, altogether, it's weird. The group just, If
you guys had been around here, you really would have seen how fast it grew up out of nowhere. Because I mean, it was just a few years ago, it was just Steve by himself. Like I said, when I first met you, I knew you with Alan Fernandez.
Yes.
Oftentimes you would do shows that he would get invited to.
Yeah, I used to, I love Alan Fernandez to death. We used to go, gosh, in the last year of his life, we would go every Wednesday and have he'd go have drinks and I'd have Diet Coke. And we'd, hang out for the day, just get him out of the house and have fun. And then, he'd tag along to different shows.
Right.
And so,
Well, the whole point of the matter is it's amazing how quickly you've grown, how fast you've grown, and the amazing crew you were able to build around yourself. Oftentimes I say, more important than anything is passion, because if you have passion for things, people will people that have that same passion see your energy and they cling on to that. And you and the R2 group are a perfect example of that. I hope you guys get to WonderCon. It'd be amazing to see what you pull off. And I really hope that you can get the other groups coordinated, because I think doing one huge droid exhibit, if you can get 3 groups to work together, that'd be amazing. And what I keep forgetting, what is it Huyan, the lightsaber droid? Yeah. I need to donate some lightsabers to him.
Okay. Make sure they're in pieces, because that's the way he has them, is they're in cabinets and pieces.
Oh, that's right. All right, brother. Anything you want to leave people with before you're out of here? I know people that watch this know, if you look in the description, all of the information about the D Squad will be in there. Information on their Facebook, Instagram, and all the places to reach them. That's the normal stuff. But did you have any extra stuff you wanted to leave people with?
Just, if you're if you run across us at one of the shows, let us know you saw us here, and let's help build the brand here.
That's right. That's right. Make sure to go up and say hi. Do not be shy. The G Squad, they love everybody.
Yeah, we had a member in our group. Well, he's still a member of our group. He's a very shy young man, and he hung out in the booth for like 2 shows, and we're all like, "Who's this guy? Who's this guy?" And he was actually in our group, but he never came behind the booth because he was too shy to. And we finally told him, "Dude, come on! We're not going to bite unless you want us to. I mean, come on."
Nice. Well, you guys have absolutely a fantastic squad, and I love the cosplayers that you guys have in your squad as well.
Yeah,
all right, my
great.
brother. I cannot thank you enough for coming on tonight. It is always a pleasure to see you. I know I'll see you in like 2 weeks at GalaxyCon.
Yep.
All right, man. I will see you there.
All right, man. See you.
Take it easy. Woo! Marissa, do you have a favorite droid?
Probably K2SO.
K2SO?
Yeah.
K2SO is a fantastic, beloved droid. I have always been partial to gong droids myself. I just love that they say gong. They're like the Pokemon of Star Wars.
I was just taking a moment to shoot over. There's this picture that of the pictures he had sent that looks like this. That I photoshopped to look like that.
Oh, nice.
So I was sending that over to him during the outro. I was like, in case you wanted the picture I photoshopped, I changed the colors a little bit and added a different background. I'm like, have fun. You weren't here for it, but I played the intro video, like how to transition from the one he sent to the one I made.
Nice.
Do you like the new background, by the way?
I do. I like the red up top. It's very dark side.
I was like very Sith.
Yeah. Red blade for life, baby.
In a StreamYard updated to where you can have a video that repeats behind you.
Ooh.
So I just have stars moving.
Oh,
so I thought that would be kind of cool looking. All right.
I like it.
Tonight's guess that character might be a little tough.
Uh-oh.
Just to give you all fair warning.
And by the way, I want to apologize right now because of the way I'm on with the phone. I can't see anybody's comments. So if anybody's saying anything,
I brought up every single one.
I don't want people to feel like I'm ignoring them.
So hello, Brent. I missed Brent Wakefield, but
hey, what's up, Brent?
I brought up every comment that I could, and I did the best I could at the beginning of the interview with you not here. I was like, I guess I'm just gonna start.
Oh man, that was a trick. But I was proud of myself for being able to figure out my phone.
You figured something out. Good job. I
did an adult task.
Yeah, here we go. All right, so here is guess that character. You guys ready for it?
Beautiful.
All right, guess that character, and I made this very Sithy too. It was like purple and green before, now it's black and red.
The music is interesting.
All right, who's this?
Oh, hey, that Anakin. I can't type in. I say it's Anakin.
I can't tell you because you haven't been able. Since you can't put it into the chat. Can you view the private chat? Can you view the private chat?
I can't view the chat. No, I see no chat. Well,
I even tried using it to tell you that we could hear you earlier. Let's see. Sewong says Moff Tarkin.
Oh, I see comments. I can see comments, but now I can't see the thing. Moff Tarkin. I say Anakin.
Okay.
Hi, Brent.
Yeah, Brent says my friend Van.
Oh, by the way, Night Vision, you had recommended Mechagodzilla as a cool build. Yeah. If you have never seen, you can type in Kyber Cave and Odin Makes. Odin Makes was a past show that we did, and he made an incredible Mechagodzilla costume out of foam, but it also still like lights up and everything. It is Absolutely amazing. I can't remember if we have pictures of it on that show, but there may be pictures
I'm
online.
not sure.
Make sure to check out Odin Makes online, and then maybe type in Mechagodzilla, see if you can find.
Oh, or I can just do this for real quick. And remove that.
Oh, there! Wow, that was amazing.
There you go. I know I am. All right.
Oh, I'm getting sad. Okay, so all right. Any more guesses?
This is actually Kisra Benai. So he was a human male who was enslaved and lived on the outer rim world of Tatooine during the Naboo crisis. He was a friend of Anakin Skywalker as a kid. So a fellow slave and pod racing enthusiast, Benai supported Skywalker as a result, as a member, of his pit team at the Bunta Eve Classic. Snoke one day was not Snoke. As a result of winning the event, Benai's friend gained his freedom and subsequently departed the desert planet to join the Jedi Order. He was eventually freed from slavery and moved to the planet Gabrador III, where he lived with other free slaves from Tatooine and the colony. So that is your first guess that character. Who is this?
Ooh. Somebody royal, somebody with some type of a headdress on.
Is it?
That is my guess. Bueller, what do you guys think in the comments? Are we thinking anything?
Please tell us. Say once is one of Padme's handmaidens.
Yeah. See, somebody with the headdress. Nope.
This person has a name, though.
Raphael.
Queen. Okay.
Raphael said Odin was at NovaCon. NovaCon was yesterday in
cool.
Antioch.
That's cool, Raph. Night Vision said Milk Toast Man.
Milk Toast Man.
Milk Toast Man. There, we're bigger. This is actually Sabe. So they wanted to post this. Sabe, formerly known as Sabin, was a human female who hailed from the planet Naboo during the late era of the Galactic Republic, serving as a handmaiden in the royal house of Naboo. Sabe was duty-bound to protect Queen Padme Amidala from threats. She eventually joined the rebellion in the fight against Vader. Now, they are tough guesses. Yeah, I made them kind of tough on purpose. Just because what's the fun if it's super easy? Do you guys know the actress who played Sabe?
I do. And there's a fun.
I know you would. Who is it, Van?
Kirsten Knightley, or oh god, the chick from Underworld. No. I'm so missing
closer with the first one's Keira Knightley.
Yeah.
The person from Underworld is Kate Beckinsale.
Kate, you're right. I totally went off on that. But the fun piece of trivia on that is that when they were on set, her mother often got the two of them confused.
They did look a lot alike at the time. I think as time progressed, they got really older. They didn't look quite as much alike any longer. But I know that there was a lot of times that they got very confused.
Especially in that white makeup and paint.
Yeah, because their facial structure was very similar.
Yes.
So guys, I want to remind you about our other shows on the channel. We have Retro Alcove that is on Monday evenings.
Yes.
And there are some channel changes, I guess, sometime happening soon that we'll go into more detail on when we feel ready to tell you guys and stuff. So but don't forget, there's different ways you can support the channel. You can go to patreon.com/KyberCave Productions and support us for as little as $1 a month. You can go to kcpmerch.com and buy yourself some Kyber Cave merch. I actually have. Van, do you remember when I had ordered merch for those conventions and it didn't come?
Oh my god, did it finally come in?
Literally just came a couple days ago.
Wow.
They were back ordered. So I have a ton of merch to give you. And then you can also go to kybercave.com, pick yourself a saber, pick yourself up a saber, Saber.
Wow.
And don't forget that at Pepper's Farm remembers, yes, Kevin. So don't forget that at 3,000 subs, we're going to be doing a NeoPixel giveaway. So make sure you share our channel and get people to subscribe, because knowing Van here, he is not cheap enough to buy your love. All right, guys.
Come
Anything
see us
you want
at
to
the
add,
live
Van?
show. We will be at GalaxyCon. Please make sure to come see us. And check on Facebook and Instagram on where we will be next. But we'd love to see you guys all live.
So is this you telling me that you're not going to be on the show next weekend?
Oh, is that next
or
weekend?
Will you?
Yeah, GalaxyCon. I think that's 2 weekends.
Okay, 2 weekends from now. All right.
Sorry, yeah, I think
all
it's
right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you next week, and hopefully Van will be on time.
Yeah, hopefully. Sorry, guys. Sorry, man.
Maybe next time he will say Arcva early.
Yeah, I'll have the phone set up early. And now I know the mic and everything's already set up.
Yes, now you have it set up. All right, guys, have a good week. We'll talk to you later.
Peace.
My time has come.